You heard the Chief Minister there. Let me go across to Deepak. Deepak, you've been non-stop getting us details, all the action that unfolded late last night, and finally, after so much pressure coming in from civil society groups, coming in from several NGOs, activists who have been demanding his arrest, the Seer has finally been arrested, but now we're getting news of how he's being taken to the hospital after complaining some sort of chest pain that he has spoken of. Now, what is it that you can tell us? What is likely to happen next? The Chief Minister says investigation agencies have been given a free hand. What are we to expect?
Well, we are right now standing outside the government hospital here in Chitradurga. This is the district government hospital. Let me take you through what's happening. Police bandobast all over. The locals here have been asked to move aside. Only a few of them, of course, who are attending some of the patients at the hospital are at the main entrance. The others, of course, you can see have been asked to stay away. They're all standing behind the barricade. Now, while we spoke to multiple of them, there is more anger in them about how the investigation has gone about the allegations against the Seer. There are not too many people coming out in support at all. As far as the update here is concerned, he has been brought from the Chitradurga jail at about 9 this morning. He was brought here. There have been multiple checks that have been conducted on him. As of now, he's been taken for a CT scan is what we've been told. He's right now in this particular complex. Earlier, he was given a round of IV as well as the update that we got from some of our sources inside the hospital. As of now, the police as well are not confirming whether he's going to be moved to Bengaluru because that is something that is speculated, considering that the medical facilities that are available here are probably not enough if his situation is not great. As of now, what has happened to him, this is something that the doctors here will assess, and after that they will recommend whether he needs more treatment, which will probably be given to him in Bengaluru. Now, this is a possibility. Moreover, as of now, as far as developments in court is concerned, we just had the lawyer of the Seer, who's accused now and also arrested in this particular case, Mr. Umesh, who I just had a word with just about 5 minutes ago. He was around the hospital itself. Now, he went on to say that while of course the anticipatory bail plea that was filed becomes infructuous, considering the fact that he has already been taken into custody, there is of course an option for them to file a fresh regular bail plea, and that is not going to happen today because of all the developments that are taking place here, and most of the lawyers were spotted around here itself. So that could happen tomorrow is what we've been told. Now, as far as his health condition is concerned, we are yet to get an update from the doctors inside about what exactly happened, what is the concern about his health, or what kind of tests were conducted. And last night as well, there were tests that were conducted, while before he was produced before a magistrate. Whether there were any concerns that were flagged off at that point in time, and why is it now coming up? Are these more exercises, being done to, somewhere help the accused in this particular case? These are questions that come up. And more importantly, while he's being taken into custody, it was done as a very secretive exercise. While he is being moved around from one place to another, that too is done in great secrecy. Locations are not being given out. The car that he's seated in, completely covered. He's draping himself up, white shawl, wearing a complete mask. Now the question is, now this is a Seer that everybody knows who he is. They know that he's charged with this offence. Now he claimed that he's completely innocent. So why all of these theatrics at this point in time? What is there to hide? These are questions that come up if he's innocent. More importantly, of course, now Rashmi, the second accused in this particular case, was taken in for questioning yesterday. Her questioning has begun once again. Very soon we could get an update as to whether she will also be taken into custody. The SP told us that they know about the whereabouts of the other accused, totally 5, of course, accused in the case where the Seer is the primary accused. Now, the police say that one by one they will be taking into custody all of them, questioning them based on how the investigation proceeds. The police, of course, meanwhile, at this particular location are remaining quite vigilant about the people who come in. But like I mentioned, on the ground, we haven't sensed any sort of anger against the arrest. In fact, there has been anticipation of the arrest among several of the locals in Chitradurga, at least over the last few days. The people we've been speaking to have only expressed anger that the police didn't arrest him for so long. And that gives you a sense of how things have been panning out over the last few days on the ground. Now, if he is shifted to Bengaluru, how are they, going to really look at this in terms of security arrangements that are going to be made for his travel from here to Bengaluru? Whether they're going to opt to go by road, or if there's going to be any other option, that's something that remains to be seen.
There's widespread anger, of course, Deepak, but the point that you highlighted about how a medical test perhaps was done right after the arrest last night as well, before he was produced before the magistrate, also raises questions on why was this not then flagged back in the night. Why suddenly has the Seer complained of this sort of a chest pain? Is this part of a strategy? That's a question that's going to be asked of the police this time around once again, because of the delay in the arrest perhaps in the first place.
Well, yes, definitely multiple questions keep coming up. Like I mentioned, we've seen the arrest come in after 6 long days, and that too it happened in such a hush-hush manner. Well, if he's been taken into custody based on the statement of the complainants in this particular case, that too the statements that were recorded in front of a magistrate, this is something that we got confirmation about. What is there to do it in such a hush-hush manner? Well, would any other accused in any other case, especially such a heinous crime, be given a treatment like this, where a special car, people in plain clothes, policemen in plain clothes go there without anybody knowing, whisk him away through a different gate, keep him at a police station near Chalakere, which is about 20 kilometers from the police station where the FIR has been filed, bring him to a hospital where you have a KSRP van blocking the view of the media so that they do not really get close to this the accused in this particular case. So multiple questions really arise as to the VIP treatment continues even after his arrest. Firstly, the arrest itself comes after such a massive outrage, and him being detained itself was such a news coming after 6 days that there were speculations whether the police will even act in this particular case. And now after his arrest as well, the kind of VIP treatment that he's getting is quite bizarre. And now he's been brought in here to this particular hospital. Last night there was a checkup done. Whether there are any serious health concerns or whether these are once again reasons being made to find somewhere a comfort of a hospital bed instead of a cell where he was, of course, remanded to for 14 days by the judge last night. Now these are details that, of course, we await, as the doctors are yet to confirm to us whether he will be shifted out from this particular hospital. Does he need additional treatment which cannot be made available in Chitradurga? We are awaiting these details. Okay, so whether or not he will be moved to Bengaluru remains to be seen. Deepak is telling us he is currently going through a CT scan. That's the detail that we can bring to you viewers at the moment. Let me go across to Imran as well. Imran, the fact remains that he was taken to the Chitradurga district jail. He's now been moved to the government hospital. Remains to be seen what happens next, given the seriousness of what he has now raised with regards to his chest pain. But the fact remains, for viewers just tuning in, just tell us about the late night arrest, because that too took place in a hush-hush manner, like Deepak is pointing out. That's certainly not how any other accused in a rape case would be picked up, from wherever he is, the way the Seer was. So that's also preferential and special treatment that was meted out to the Seer, even with regards to the arrest.